welcome back Lords Mobile fans to part 2 of my latest KvK video, and we left off on 137 million solo score and 335 million guild score, and with 17 hours and 41 minutes remaining, that's really not bad at all. And up next to fall for the ridiculously obvious Gryphon trap, who has already Gryphon trapped this KvK 5 or 6 times, is the LH Alliance once again. And this person down to the right, this Mayo Shen person, is sending T4, and I think right now this is the only person sending T4. So a lot of the times when you're Gryphon trapping, when you've done it a few times in the kingdom and in KvK, a lot of people become aware and they come over and farm you with T2 or T3, like this person here sending T2. But this Mayo Shen person has decided to get confident and get in a bit greedy, and sending 375k T4 does take a lot of resource, but not today, and home come those troops as I hit the homeward bind. So let's see if we can take these marches leaderless, which wasn't actually a very risky move because I knew he wasn't sending his leader, despite him being a massive player, over 1 billion might with a cool hero. It didn't matter. Look at this, 375k T4 dead once, 375k T4 dead twice, and there's a third there and a fourth there, and by the fifth, luckily for him, he had some beds. So it's just crazy losses. I think it totaled up to 6 armies. Meanwhile, they are sat there in absolute confusion. So let's have a quick look at these reports. So 375k T4 deads on the first and the second and the third, and I believe another juicy 375k on the fourth. So I can't really imagine what it feels like losing more T4 than I've even got as a Gryphon trap in one Gryphon pool. So he's got some beds in the last 2 pools, but 4 times 375k completely dead, and then almost 200k in the last 2. So it's just absolute obscene losses. So here, this is actually a different scenario. Trez, the solo trap, has taken my spot, and he has capped this guy, and he is complete confused. Maybe he's never heard of a solo trap, but he's sending another leaderless march after getting capped on a solo trap. This guy is sending a leaderless march, and here is the first report of a previous leaderless march. So this is the second leaderless march that he has sent, and it is just completely confusing. This is a big Chinese guild. They're supposed to be one of the biggest guilds in the game, and this is just embarrassing. We're all watching this in disbelief. As you can see in the chat, 375k more inf incoming, and he's got a rally about to come towards him from Ego after being capped on a solo trap. And I think I can talk for the whole of SizeMatters when I say we were all absolutely gobsmacked. We couldn't believe this guy was sending a leaderless T4 at the solo trap that had just captured his leader, when he had a rally marching towards him like he had nothing to lose. So maybe he hasn't got many troops, maybe he's just zeroing whatever he's got left, but we're about to find out. Here comes the Ego rally, 470 million might, and he burns down to 359 million might. That is absolutely insane. What was he doing? 5.1 million reds, only 4 million survived, and we are gonna go again. He sat in Fury and he had no meat. That is absolutely ridiculous. Didn't even bother switching flanks, and it wouldn't have helped anyway. That is absolutely embarrassing, and I'll throw out a sticker in there as we start the next rally, and this is some juicy points. Thank you very much, the LH Alliance. It's not every day you get to bully a big LH guild, but you know what? After this experience, I think a lot more people will try and rally them, because it seems a lot of them do have some seriously dodgy comps. I mean, why has this guy got no meat? He's got all of that T4, but he's got no T2. And even then, he didn't even try and counter the rally. He wasn't even looking. He was still soloing a solo trap, leaderless, that had just capped him. So again, complete confusion in all departments. I don't know what's going on. What is Lords Mobile? And he finally ran away, so he's finally getting the message that something bad is happening, and it's a little bit too late. The second Ego rally is set. He's already been deaded once, and he's down to 375 million might. So let's see how this second Ego rally goes with 10 seconds left until it launches. And this really is exciting times, because we know he's got lots of juicy T4, so we're looking forward to watching this fly towards him. None of his guild have come to help, surprise surprise, and the carpets come rocking in any second now. No they don't. He's saved us that trouble. He random teleported. 2.7 million deads, 1.4 survived, and look at all those T4 losses. That is absolutely crazy. You need T2 meat, sir, and you didn't have it. Down to 313 million might, and in comes Ranger, the absolute warrior, dropping him down to 305 mil. He random teleports again, all the solos hit, and he drops down to 267 mil, and this guy is really not helping himself at all. And maybe that is the 0. Yeah, it is indeed. He is zeroed, and he's got resource, so now, just to rub it in, they are going to sit there and farm him. That is absolutely incredible. So he started 484 million might, but that's after he's hit the solo trap. And after all the rallies, boom, 284 million might, zeroed. And that's after he healed. And something tells me he kept his little mistake to himself, because about 40 minutes later I had the best Gryphon pool of this KvK, and I'm very excited to bring it to you because it's LH once again, and we really do love seeing these guys lose troops. I've seen them do it so many times on my Gryphon traps alone, and there's just something about hitting Gryphon traps that these guys seem to love. I guess they just really get a kick off it. I certainly do as well. So let's pull home these troops. Definitely going to want to unshelter the leader for this one, because these guys are quite big. You do want to take these big pulls quite seriously. Switching into attack gear. So 180 million might as I port away. And I drop down to 168. So 12 million might drop. So I did fill half of my beds with 330k wounded. But with 30 marches plus from a big Chinese war guild, you got to take that. And I did catch a couple of leaders also, so not bad. And the march that did hurt me is there, so he got a free troop walk back, and he hit me leaderless with a full maxed out trickster, and it was range, so it did hurt. And it was alright because we took the rest of the armies absolutely fine. Just the Gryphon pulling through, and sturdy as always. And this was about 80 million points, so thank you very much, the LH Alliance. Once again, you are an absolute star, and I'm sure we will be seeing more of you in the future, so thank you very much. So let's have a look how we got on. 281 million solo score was enough to put me first in the kingdom, so I was absolutely chuffed with that. Also put me first in the guild, not bad. Ego, Meth, War, Hardy getting in the top 5 with me, so shout out to them, and shout out to all of SizeMatters for making the best of an absolutely lame 1v1 matchup, getting 30th in the world, and me getting 4th in the world. Not bad, coming off the back of my first in the world performance. Not bad for a little 180 mil castle. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.